I'm going to go over how to make this adorable crochet purse part 2 with the button and the pocket on the inside. I think it's really cute. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to attach your hook where the two corners meet, and you're going to work from that piece. So what I'm going to do is work into the edge of the purse here. I'm going to push through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through again, and then I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm going to flip my work and work into the next wall of the purse. I'm going to chain 1 and turn again, and this time I'm going to work into my previous chain. And you're going to want to continue these chains and single crochet pattern until you reach the halfway point. When you reach the halfway point, you're going to want to switch to, instead of chaining in between each stitch, just stitching along until you reach the end of the purse. And what the end is going to look like is you're going to have crocheted a flat triangle almost, and you're going to want that piece to be flat and attached to it. This is where we're going to build our seam and then flip the purse inside out. To build the seam, you're going to take the triangle and the bottom of the purse and smush them flat together. And whenever you smush them flat together, you're going to crochet them together. And this is a lot easier instead of stitching, and it's more secure. So you're going to insert your hook into both pieces of the work and do a half double crochet to form one solid piece of work. And you're going to continue this seam of half double crochets until you reach the end of this hole. Once you reach the end of the hole, you're going to yarn over and pull through one more time and fasten off your yarn. I usually just cut the end off and then continue to pull through. Now that you've reached the end, you're going to continue the same thing on the other side. One thing I recommend when trying to get it equal is to count out the stitches to make sure both sides are the same, as well as using a piece of yarn to measure it out. So the next step is to flip the piece inside out. So this is what it looks like flipped inside out. You can see the corners are a lot more rounded, and what you're going to do next is you're going to sew in those pieces. Once the pieces are sewed in, we're going to work on the seam right here, and I'm going to use white for mine. And you're going to attach your yarn and single crochet all the way around the rim of the purse. It's important to make sure that you're consistent with your insertion of your hook, that way the rim isn't bumpy. And what you're going to do is where you want your buttonhole to be is you're going to place a bobby pin there and single crochet to go over that. And instead of inserting your hook right here, you're going to put it there. That way you have room for the button to go into, and you're going to continue a second row of single crochets once you reach that point. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sew on my button. I'm going to close my purse and then attach the button to what would be the corresponding size. Your button can be whatever size you want, but you need to make sure that the part that you've bobby pinned or closed off to be the buttonhole is big enough for the button to fit through. You also might want to consider adding extra rows for the buttonholes if you decide to use a particularly large button. So I'm going to go ahead and use my needle like I would fabric and sew in the button like normal. So now that I've attached my button, I'm going to go ahead and remove the bobby pin and show you guys what we have so far. So far we have a completed purse with no strap and a claspable button. In the next part, I'm going to show you guys how to attach the strap.